How's it going, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about one of the most evil, the most despicable, the most depraved character in all of Marvel Comics, and that is the Hulk. More specifically, the Maestro, an evil Hulk variant from the future that the Hulk has to fight and kill several times, but we'll get into that. So yeah, that's today's topic. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. Now, anyway, the first time we ever see the Maestro was in The Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect by Peter David and George Perez. Peter David, if you don't know, was the writer of the Hulk in the 90s, and he was the creator of the Maestro. The reason why he created it, I believe it was because it was the Hulk's 30th anniversary, so this was like a special issue to see what happened if the Hulk broke bad, and well, it's not good. Basically, a giant nuclear holocaust happened. You know, Fallout. You guys remember that game, Fallout? Well, it's basically that. But in the Marvel Universe, everybody fucking died. At least a lot of people died. And now, the little scavengers of society that happened is controlled by the Maestro, who is the Hulk. Originally, it was controlled by the Hercules, but that's an entire different story. If you don't know, Peter David went back to the Maestro and wrote an entire, well, 3 entire miniseries about him called the Maestro, War and Pax, and another one that I forgot, I'll just put it up here. But other than that, so yeah, basically the world is basically Mad Max land right now, and the little tidbits of society that are there are being controlled by a fucking monster with green skin, and it's not really good. He's basically a despot ruler, very tyrannical. He's stealing guys' daughters and banging them. So yeah, he's not a real nice guy. He's quite evil, and not a lot of people like him. So Rick Jones' granddaughter, yes, Rick Jones is still alive. He's just really old and kind of senile. She comes up with the grand idea of, hey, this guy's too powerful. We can't beat him. I know what we can do. We could just bring back his past self to beat him instead. So yeah, they go with the crazy plan to use the time machine and go back to the past and bring back the real Hulk from the past so he could fight his future self. So yeah, that's definitely an idea that happened. So they did that. They brought the Hulk back into the future, and at first the Hulk's just like, I don't know, should I do this? But then he's just like, oh yeah, I'm pretty fucking evil. I should probably help these guys out. The first time they fight, it doesn't go too well. The Maestro basically breaks fucking Hulk's neck. So yeah, that's a pretty bad thing. That's a pretty bad start to a story right there, buddy. You got your neck snapped. Oof. But yeah, Hulk is defeated. All the like little resistance fighters decide to, you know, pull back because they realize their main card, their ace in the hole, is basically gone. So they just like, okay, we can't fight this motherfucker. Well, let's get the hell out of here. And so the Maestro decides to take in the Hulk and just show him his extravagant lifestyle, all the things he have, all the bitches he fuck. Like, he's basically showing him, hey, listen, this is your future. This is what can happen to you if you just join me. If you just stop with those rebels and just take it in, take it all in. This shit is pretty cool, don't you think so? The Hulk is basically like, no, it isn't cool. You killed a lot of people, and, you know, you're basically putting people into slavery. Like, look at these girls. You're basically putting them into sex slavery. That's not cool, bro. And Maestro's just like, yeah, but, I mean, it's cool for me, and I like it, so I don't see what's so wrong with it. And, you know, Maestro is basically just, you know, flexing on him, basically. He's just like, look at it. I got diamonds, I got bitches, I got food, I got everything you ever wanted. Why you say no? And then the Hulk considers it, and he's just like, you know, bro, you're not wrong. Maybe I should consider it. And so he does that. You know, as he was saying this, Hulk's neck was, you know, healing because he had his neck broken by Maestro. Apparently, it was all a ruse, though, because he was supposed to get his neck stacked. It was all part of the plan, apparently. All the resistance fighters came out because they were working underneath the Maestro as, you know, double agents or something along those lines. Hey guys, it's me, Future Elijah here. When I was recording this, my microphone got all fuzzy. It started having weird static when I was talking, so I've decided to do a little voiceover to just tell you what I was saying before my microphone decided to go all retard on me for no reason. But yeah, as I was saying, they fought. There was an entire massacre. The rebels fought all of the Maestro's goons and whatnot. And while they were fighting, the Green Hulk and the Maestro were at it. It was fucking brutal. The Maestro was just beating every living shit out of our Hulk because he's too powerful. He's basically on PEDs. He's just on that level. Our Green Hulk was not there. So the battle all the way made its way to Rick Jones's place. Rick Jones had a little shelter or whatever that had all of the original heroes and villains paraphernalia, like Spider-Man's mask and Wolverine's entire skeleton. So yeah, Rick Jones owned Wolverine's skeleton for some reason. He also got killed by Wolverine's skeleton during the whole fight, so you could say that was some poetic irony or whatever it's called. But yeah, they were fighting. Green Hawk realizes that he can't beat this motherfucker, so he decides to do the only thing that he can do, and that is go back in time and basically kill him with the gamma bomb. So yeah, he was killed the same way he was created until Paul Jenkins took over the reins for the Hawk stories and brought him back. Hey guys, Future Elijah here. I came back to tell you guys that I made a little oopsie, a little dumbass decision, because apparently the Maestro didn't actually return during Paul Jenkins's run of the Hawk. In fact, he returned in Peter David's run. He was still in Peter David's run when he returned. That was my mistake. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't want to make mistakes like that, but sometimes I do. It goes to show that even perfect beings like myself can still make dumbass decisions. But yeah, he returns. He takes over like a giant robot, because that was the thing that happened, and he tries to fight the Hawk through there. But he returns in issues 460 to 461, and that's when the Maestro returns. So yeah, totally forgot about that. Sorry guys, didn't want to post any misinformation, but I accidentally did. But let's get back to the video. You see, apparently he didn't die. He was a ghost. That's right. Apparently, gamma creatures can't die. They just turn into ghosts, or something along those lines. Or apparently, just Maestro can't die specifically the way he was supposed to. And the reason why the Hawk always goes to New Mexico, because if you didn't know, the Hawk always goes to New Mexico for some reason, the exact space where he was created. And for some reason, he just kind of stays there. And apparently, the reason why he does this is because the ghost, the Maestro ghost, is the one calling to him, taking him back to New Mexico, so the Maestro could basically just feed off the gamma radiation that was inside the Hawk, so he could return to his physical form once again and, you know, destroy the world or some shit. It's a really big thing, apparently. He really wants to take over the world. He's just that insane. So, yeah, he's been trying to do that, and at first it starts to work, and then the Hawk, or at least Bruce Banner, realizes this and basically fights spirit to spirit because the Maestro hasn't physically returned again. Also, there was like this whole cult thing where they were like worshiping the dead body of the Maestro. That was a whole thing, but long story short, Hawk beat him, and once again, he is done, he is gone, he's over. That's the last time we see the Maestro. It was not the last time we saw the Maestro. Maestro would appear once again, but this time in a prequel 4-issue or 6-issue miniseries called, well, Maestro, written by Peter David, and it goes over the backstory of what happened to Maestro. So basically, when he was working with the Pantheon, the entire world was going to shit, basically. It went down to like the whole Mad Max thing that I talked about earlier. They killed each other with gamma bombs, and it wasn't very good, apparently. It wasn't very good at all. It killed his wife, and it killed his unborn kid, and Hawk didn't realize that. Also, Hawk was in a coma for some reason, because I guess they didn't want him out when this thing was happening. And yeah, everybody died, and he went up to the Earth and tried to you know, bring back the ruins, but that didn't work out. And he fought Hercules, and then he became the basically the king or the despot ruler of the last remaining remnants of humanity, of society, basically. And as I said, there's like 3 other ones. I can't remember all of them because I don't have them on me right now, but it is a pretty cool storyline. So at least all 3 of them are pretty cool storylines where he just fights off the last remaining heroes and villains of the world that are alive. Like, he fights fucking Doom, Dr. Doom, and basically fucking crushes him. He kills him. He also fights Namor, who is still alive, and it doesn't end well for Namor. Like, his wife dies and his kid dies in a fight with the Hawk. So yeah, that wasn't very cool of the Hawk for doing that, but yeah, that happened. And then there was the old-fashioned Human Torch, because if you don't know, in the Marvel Universe there are 2 Human Torches, the Fantastic Four one and the original World War II one, who was like an android cyborg thing. And they tried to team up and take out the Hulk. Didn't end very well. He managed to defeat all of them and became the main big bad of that universe, of that world. And yeah, I just think this character was really cool. I just think it's really cool to see what happens if the Hulk just turns fucking insane and evil and, you know, wants to just rule over everybody and doesn't care about any life, and he's just like, he's snapped, he's fucking done with everybody. And basically this is it, this is what happens. He's pretty popular amongst the Hulk community because it's just a dark version of what the Hulk can be if he uses his genius for evil, and it's not very good. I also think that the stories that he's in are usually pretty good. Like, as I said, the Future Imperfect storylines were really fucking cool. They were pretty amazing. And then there's the miniseries by Peter David, which were also really good, or explain his background very good, very perfectly, if I might add. And I highly recommend it. Like, I highly recommend you read the Future Imperfect one, though you'd probably have to read a couple of the issues beforehand to understand what's going on, because this is when the Professor Hulk was still a thing, so you probably have to understand how the Professor Hulk became to be, and then read Future Imperfect, so you have all the context that comes with it and stuff like that. And then you probably have to read that storyline before you read the Maestro stories by Peter David from like 2018 to like 2020, because you probably wouldn't understand what the hell is going on if you didn't read those ones. But overall, he's a really cool character. He's up there with like the Devil Hulk as one of my favorite Hulk personas, even though he's technically just the Professor Hulk, but if he's evil and insane. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Bit of a short one today, just a short little introduction to this character who I thought was really cool, and I thought deserved his own video and stuff like that. I might have to do a deep dive into the Future Imperfect storyline because I think it deserves it. And also, my last video on it came out like 9 months ago, and it's pretty shit, so I think it'd be a good idea to just remake it anyway. So yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time.